would like to understand how, as a Jew, should one look at Purim in a day-to-day life?
You know, Ben, it's an excellent question. You know, we are about to celebrate probably one of my most enjoyable festivals, which is the Festival of Purim. And you know, it's an amazing day where people dress up. There's great activities all across Melbourne, and in fact, you know, the entire world celebrating this iconic Jewish holiday. And you know, there's a lot of different mitzvot that we need to do on the day of Purim, like hear the Megillah, give gifts to the poor, have a festive meal, give gifts to one another. But I always try and think, you know, what's the deeper message to us? You know, we're going to sit and hear the famous story of the Megillat Esther and read about how the Jewish people were saved during the times of the story of Esther. And you wonder, you know, what relevance does it have to us today? And I think the relevance which is so unique about the Megillah is that if you scan the whole Megillah, and it's a long Megillah, you know, that's where we get the guns of Megillah from, there's not once is it written God's name. You won't find God's name. But it is so evident that Hashem is involved in orchestrating and being involved intimately with the characters of Purim, and of course with us, that it teaches us Purim, that even though we might sometimes feel isolated, we might not recognize God in our immediate presence, if we focus properly and if we try to open our eyes in a different way, we'll notice how involved Hashem is in our daily life, and that will hopefully give us comfort and support to issue a truly festive and enjoyable Purim. Join us at the Northeastern Jewish Center. We're having a great time over Purim. Saturday night, Motzei Shabbat, we'll read the Megillah here after Shabbat. And then Sunday, after our minyan, obviously during the minyan we'll have Megillah, but after the minyan, that afternoon from 12:30 is going to be a fantastic day with all sorts of things. You know, an animal show for the kids, clowns, and beautiful New York style lunch. So don't miss it. See you there.
Purim, that's it. And what toys do we play with on Purim? I just want to know what your feelings about Purim are.
Well, my feelings about Purim is that Purim's amazing. It's the best chag ever because you get to dress up, hang out with your friends, and also there's a big thing at the shul.
Talk to me about Purim.
What do you want to know?
Well, how do you feel about Purim?
I think it's fun.
Fun?
Yeah, I like making the hamantash.
I would love to taste the hamantash.